What's up, guys? I just wanted to give an update on my build with Stella. So, a few things. Last time I mentioned that I had scratched up around the Civic emblem, taking off the old one, and I went to CarStar and they quoted me like $100 to just buff it out. Basically, they said the scratches weren't that deep, so I went ahead and picked up some McGuire's Ultimate Compound and put it on my buffer. Obviously I took the old one off first and buffed it out, put a new one on. Looks really clean. You can pretty much see there's no visible scratches around it, which is great. Unfortunately, I am still waiting on my Advan wheels, but it's a good reason. So at first I had ordered 18 by 8.5 18 by 9 plus 35 from Commie Speed, and I had found a photo afterwards of some on a website from Thailand called ProDrive, and it was like the Sonic Pearl color FK7, or it actually is like an RS3 I think they call it there, and which is like a Civic Hatchback Sport in Thailand, I guess. And they had the Umber Bronze RS3s on it, and I emailed them and said what size, and they took forever, but they got back to me and said that they were 18 by 8.5 plus 38. And so I emailed Commie Speed and I was like, can I change my order? I want this size instead. And luckily they hadn't been made yet by Yokohama, so I got lucky and they were able to change my order, but it's going to further delay the wheels. So we already went from March to, it's almost December. Might not get them till like spring, but you know what, that's fine, because I decided to put some money elsewhere for right now. First off, not a big change, but an aesthetic change. I put in these mesh fog light covers on each side, which not only do they look really good because they actually match the Type R grill I got from Ultimate Motorsports, but they let more airflow into the engine bay, as you know, and that PRL Cobra intake is down there, which is going to get a lot more fresh air, and it's just going to help keep the engine bay cooler. And aesthetically, just looks good. I went ahead and painted them. I got some Rust-Oleum plastic gloss black, and then the bumper inside there I used their high heat for like the engine, so it hides that silver behind there. Looks really great. But mostly I got a bunch of things coming in for the engine bay, starting with the PRL titanium inlet pipe. So this is what the engine bay looks like right now, and you're going to see the new bay in 3, 2, 1. All right, and there it is, the new and improved Stella engine bay, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. So this started with putting in the PRL turbo inlet pipe as kind of the final upgrade on the top side of the turbo, and removing that last point of restriction with the stock inlet pipe. From there, I went ahead and also I got the strut bar. It made sense for the improvement of handling, as well as matching kind of the metallic design here. On that note, so I went with the Chasing J's titanium engine cover, and went ahead and also got their washer fluid cap, and kind of topped off the titanium with the Acuity podium cap. And also I got the purple Wonderladen Racing dipstick to kind of match the purple and the burnt titanium. I'm really glad that I didn't. I originally wanted carbon fiber, but I couldn't find any engine covers that weren't for the FK8, and I'm glad I found this. Chasing Jay, shout out to El Pinche. I saw his on his SI, and I was like, man, I think that's going to look good on Stella and really go good with these like the black PRL coolant tank and the black 271 engine shrouds, which are just super good quality. And the little parts of the aesthetic started to come together, like the 271 being in kind of white, matching that PRL in white. Just really happy with the way this all came out. And then kind of the finishing touch was that TSP engine badge to cover up the Earth Dreams badge. That white is just sticking out. So mine says Stella 2018 Honda Civic EXL, my shooting star. Kind of really liked how that came together. Shooting star, she is pretty quick. I'm running the John Vega Phearable 1.5R tune, and it's becoming obvious I need better tires than the stock, especially up here in the wet Northwest. So can't wait for those Advent RS3s to come in and wrap them in probably some Continental DSW Plus, and I'll have more on that coming next year, hopefully. Some other quick things I did since I had that stock inlet pipe off, I did put a turbo blanket on. So I went with the PRL TPT turbo blanket, and that in combination with the inlet pipe, the turbo definitely spools up a whole lot faster. So yeah, definitely, if you want to help insulate the heat in your engine bay and help out your turbo, I do recommend that turbo blanket install. Relatively inexpensive upgrade. And another relatively inexpensive upgrade that you can't see here is I went ahead and put in an ETL CVT cooler. The two things I learned in researching tuning the CVT model is, the first thing is you're probably never ever going to go with a bigger turbo than stock turbo. I know there's some guys out there that have done it, and then they run into issues with slippage and, you know, can't use their max power, and they end up down tuning, and that's probably what you're going to have to do in that scenario. Here I'm sticking with stock. I mean, I probably am running about 220 to 230 horsepower right now, which is plenty. And I'm not even full bolt on. I still have to go put in my PRL front pipe, and then eventually I'm going to get the TSP down pipe. That's like a cool $1,000 alone for just that down pipe. So it's going to be a second for that, especially after the money I spent on this engine bay. But I got that PRL front pipe and I got a revised tune. So I'm excited to do that when I have some better weather here. And also have some side skirts coming in from Maxon Design that are technically for the SI, but they should fit the FK7. I will update you guys with a video and links for that in the future. But yeah, I just can't even say how happy I am with the way this turned out. It looks great. She's performing great. Everything is really coming together with this build. So with that, I wish you all a happy holiday, and I'll see you next year.